Dearest gentle listener, welcome back to another episode of In Chambers with Mohammed Muigai. In today's episode, we will be discussing about career, balancing relationships, and all things Sharon. I'll be your host, Batula Abdi, an associate in the Banking, Finance, and Real Estate Practice Group, and I will be interviewing the phenomenal Miss Sharon Buyanzi. Sharon is an senior associate in the Banking, Finance, and Real Estate Practice Group. She also serves as a member of the Business Development Committee. Sharon, karibu sana. To start us off, let's just get into some light, easy questions, just to get to know you a bit better. So, what don't people know about you?
One, and they're contradicting because one, I'm shy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one is
You wouldn't believe it.
almost unbelievable.
Yeah. And then the second one, I actually auditioned for Tusker Project Fame.
What?
Yeah, I did that in 2015.
You mean you went in front of Jajian?
Yes.
Oh my.
It was such an experience.
That is something I actually didn't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you can sing?
Yes, I can.
You sing in the church? Where do you sing?
Yes. I'm in a band.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a careful driver or you're a speed freak?
A bit of both. I used to be a speed freak, but now I'm a little bit more careful.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does Sharon waste her time?
TikTok. Waste my time on TikTok? For sure.
Same. I think there's a time I actually slept at 1 a.m. just scrolling down TikTok.
Yeah. And the thing is, you tell yourself the next day you'll sleep early.
Yeah.
But you find yourself there. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So what did you do as a teenager that, makes you cringe right now?
Confess to my love. Yeah, that one, I'm like, nah. Yeah.
Interesting. Tea or coffee?
Juice.
Yeah. You're not a tea girl? You're not a coffee girl?
No. I can do without.
Okay. Your favorite emoji?
Smileys. Hugs. Then there's that dancing girl. And the one who blows the whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like that as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So calls or texts?
Texts.
Okay. Now that we know a bit about Sharon, let's get into the deep stuff. So how are you feeling today? How are you actually feeling today?
Let me think about it. I'm actually excited to have this conversation. A bit nervous, but very excited because I think it's going to be fun.
Oh, Sharon, how are you actually feeling today? That's not an answer. I want you to get into it. How are you feeling today?
I'm excited. I'm happy that there's one transaction that we've completed in record time.
See, that's great news.
Yeah, so I'm very happy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So tell us, who is this Sharon Buyanzi? Yeah? Tell us your story.
Okay. So I was born some years back in Western Kenya, in a village called Kaimosi. And then, so that's where I went to my early childhood at the nursery school and primary school. I went to Kaimosi Primary School. Thereafter, I went to my high school.
Tell us, please.
I've been waiting for that moment. Alliance Girls High School.
The
Alliance.
Yes. Girls High School.
I went to high school there. And then after fourth form, I was deciding whether I'll do IT or law. So I went to Strathmore and did my diploma in business information technology. Then thereafter, I went to Catholic University, did my bachelor's of law. Then came to MM. Then I went back to Kenya School of Law to do my postgraduate diploma in law, and then came to continue working. So basically, that's a nutshell.
Okay. Allow me to just take you back a bit. Do you have any favorite childhood memory that maybe you'd like to share?
Yeah, because we lived in an institution. There are various complexes, various institutions there, hospital, colleges, high schools. So we were a very large group of children. And you can imagine children can be naughty. So my favorite memories are us playing together. In fact, for the longest time, when I dream about my childhood or my home, I dream back at home. So playing the various games, police and robbers, rounders, kati, even football. I used to be the goalkeeper.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, so those are my favorite memories.
Okay. And you mentioned that you were in Alliance High School. So you've come from primary school where, you're used to being the top of the class. And then now you get into this school where now everyone is a smart student. Everyone is competing to top. How did that affect, your self-esteem or confidence, if I may say?
Okay, so yes, there's the shock that you get once you get to high school. You're used to topping, and then now here there are so many tops. So you work so hard and you improve with 1 mark, and everybody else has improved with 1 mark. But the good thing is that my parents gave us this foundation where it goes beyond what you can achieve. You actually love yourself or esteem yourself for who you are. So yes, there were these challenges that came with being in a high pressure environment, but I believe it has helped me not to be in a position where I feel so much pressure with life issues. I'm just content with who I am because my parents appreciated me for who I am, whether I was top and now I'm meeting other people. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So your professional trajectory at Mohammed Muigai, because you started in as an intern and now you're a senior associate in the firm. Maybe take us through that bit.
Okay. So I actually joined Mohammed Muigai straight from campus. The results are not yet out, but I had been speaking with my mentor when I was in campus. So immediately I finished my exams. I reached out and I told them that I'm done with my exams. So I think I finished on Friday and I was here on Tuesday for my internship. So I actually graduated while here. And then I was an intern for 1 year. Then that was at Safaricom as external counsel. Then I came back to Mohammed Muigai as a pupil.
Wait, sorry. I need to stop you there. You mentioned that you actually had been at the university and you were interning here at Mohammed Muigai.
Yes.
So you didn't think about doing vacations? You just thought, let me work at Mohammed Muigai?
Yeah, I was like, let me just get going with this.
Yeah.
I think maybe because also I was doing trimesters, so there were no breaks. So maybe I was used to it. So I didn't think about taking a vacation. I just wanted to get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So then I did my pupillage. I was able to experience different facets of the law. Pupillage is intense. Let me tell you, it's very intense. Then thereafter I left.
Yeah.
Then I was called back.
Yes.
As an associate. So I came back as an associate in 2017 in the banking, finance, and real estate practice group. That's where I was until 2022, where I was promoted to senior associate, and that's where I am at till now.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Now, how did your parents influence, your career path? Maybe give us a bit of insight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me see. Let me start with my dad. My dad is very organized in terms of what he does and very intentional. So for him, I'd say we didn't discuss dreams. For him, it was more about what you bring. It's only one time when I was in class 8 that he asked me, will you make it to be in the papers? You know, the top 100 in the provinces that time would be published in the papers.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure for like a 14-year-old.
Yes. So at that time, I was doing okay in school. So I was like, whoa, okay, I'm doing well, but this was not my goal. But then it became my goal. So I really pushed for that. And gladly, I made it to be in the top 100 in the county and among the top 3 in the district. So that gave me a stepping stone in terms of academic excellence. And for my mom, initially, she had wanted me to be a pilot. So she kept putting this in my mind, you have to be a pilot. So it was my dream until I watched Air Force One.
And then what happened?
Yeah, I saw this plane getting hijacked.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I cannot be hijacked up there. What will I do? So then in class 8, reading about Ben Carson, gifted hands and all that, I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. But now when I got to high school,
Yeah.
and I not mentioned, but my mom and my aunt were in the same high school, Alliance. Yeah, so when I got to high school and now we started talking deep stuff with my parents, then she mentioned to me that she actually wanted to be a lawyer. So she put that into me. I started thinking about it. So yeah, that at some point I had to choose, but she had planted that seed of me being a lawyer. Yeah.
And in life in general, you have a very strong work ethic. Did you play any part in it?
Thank you, Batula, for that. Yes. With my dad, when he was a civil servant, he would report to work very early. By 7 a.m., he's in the office. So even for me right now, if I'm not in the office by 8 a.m., if they call me, I will not pick up because they'll ask. So there's that, time keeping. So I get that from them. And then from my mother, she always insists on excellence. She says, whatever you do it excellently. So that word excellence is always ringing at the back of my mind, whatever thing I'm doing. Yes, it's inculcated. Yeah.
And did you always want to become a lawyer, or did you want to become a lawyer?
Not really. So there was the pilot dreams.
Yeah.
And then the neurosurgeon after reading Gifted Hands. And then now when you go to high school and you're looking at these subjects, then you start seeing your strengths. So in high school, I wanted to do either IT or law. So I was torn between the two. In fact, my choices at Form 3 were first law and then IT.
Yes.
Then, so I was still deciding between the two, which I'll take. And then after 4th form, what I decided to do is to go to Strathmore and do the DBIT and see whether this is something I'd like to pursue. And then there's a time my brother got involved in an accident.
Oh.
Well, he had stolen the car. So it's not him to be pitied. He'd stolen the car and then there was an accident. So he'd brushed one of the border riders and they had a gentleman's agreement. We didn't know about this. We knew it later when my parents were being served with documents to pay 600,000.
Wait, 600,000 for what? For what exactly?
I think for some scratches or something, because they had never been served in terms of going to court. But here they were with orders to remit the money to the person who had been injured. So from that time, I was like, it can't be this way. It doesn't make sense. They should have been informed. And where's the insurance? Because the car is covered. How did it happen that way? So that actually made me really want to pursue this law so that I'm not caught in such a circumstance, or none of my family members or friends are caught in such a circumstance where they end up paying for something simply because they didn't know or were not properly represented.
Yeah, because they say information is power.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that was like, it's law. This is what I'm doing.
This is what you want to pursue.
Yeah.
Okay. So you practice in the real estate space. There's this notion, I don't believe it myself, but there's a notion that normally goes around that real estate practitioners or lawyers, all they do is copy paste, find and replace. All you do is just use templates. You actually become skilled at, copy pasting.
Imagine.
What do you say about that?
Yeah, that notion is actually there, and it's sort of, it's one of the, it's completely wrong, because once you have a transaction, you're not just using the template that you have and then filling out names. There are transactions where you have to sit down and think about, actually, not their transactions. You have to actually sit down and ask yourself, what does this client want to achieve? It's not just buying land or buying a house for the sake of it. What do they want to, or selling it for the sake of it? Maybe they're selling it so that they can raise money to buy another property. So what are the timelines we are looking at? What are the laws we are looking at? What is the title document? And that influences the documents you'll be asking from the advocates on the other side. So it's not just a matter of finding and replacing, then you go with it, because how will you determine what exactly you want to achieve? So you actually have to sit down and put down your strategy in terms of how long. Yes, the standard period is 90 days to complete, but are there ways to do it faster? Does your client want you to finish faster? What are the things that you're balancing? Is the seller, for instance, are they a couple? Is it one person? Is it a company? Is everyone on board? So there are various interests to balance while you're doing the transaction, aside from making sure that it's compliant with the laws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that seems a whole lot. So, from what I've managed to pick up, it means that the real estate field is quite tasking, and you really cannot work without the support of the admin teams. Yeah. Well, I am happy to introduce Miss Beatrice Madenge. Karibu sana, Beatrice. Tell us your story.
Thank you, Batula, for having me. So, like you said, my name is Beatrice, and I was born years back in Kiambu County. I went to school in a school called Vista Osha Primary School. After grade 8, I joined Kabare Girls, that is in Kirinyaga County, to 4th grade. Then from there, I went to JKUAT, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, where I did my Bachelor's of Commerce.
Okay. How many siblings do you have?
I'm the last born in a
You're the
family
last
of
one.
6. I am.
You really can't tell that you're the last one. So you went to JKUAT, studied BCom, and then now any work experience before joining Mohammed Muigai?
Yes, I had worked in an international company that closed down during COVID.
Okay.
So they closed their Kenyan offices.
Yeah.
And that is why I went to job hunting and found myself working at Mohammed Muigai.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you had studied BCom at the JKUAT University?
Yes, I did.
What did you specialize in?
Administration.
Okay.
Yes, and now that's what I do at Mohammed Muigai. I'm in the admin department, which I'm passionate of, and I'm happy that I ensure that the office is being run smoothly.
Okay.
Yes.
And now, in terms of break it down, your typical day as an admin, also the support staff that really sort of gives the support to our particular department, which is the BFR group. Maybe take us through, your day-to-day engagements at the farm. Yeah.
Awesome. So my role is very crucial for the day-to-day running of the farm. So the first point of contact that everyone who walks into the farm, into our offices, that gets to interact with, either it could be on phone, on emails, or even in person. So they get into the farm, they speak to Beatrice, who directs them. If they're here for a meeting, I direct them to where they're supposed to be for that meeting. If it's on email, I have to share with the person who is, if I'm able to go through the email and answer it and respond to the email, inquiries especially, I'll do that. If it's an email that needs to be directed to a certain department, Beatrice will do that. Yes, basically.
That's a whole lot that you do, particularly in the BFR department. You've supported us in, drafting, agreements. You've supported us in terms of now even client care, debt collection, which is very crucial in this particular organization. Yeah, what do you have to say about that?
Yes, I am involved in lots of drafting of agreements.
Yeah.
And this requires lots of you to be so very clear,
Yeah,
and precise.
Yeah.
I'm also involved, like you've said, in the billing and collection, which is crucial. Exactly. Yeah, well, health of the farm.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely I am, and I'm passionate about what I do.
Thank you so much, Beatrice. Your support is commendable. So, Sharon, you started your practice in 2017, the real estate practice. So, you've sort of experienced the transition that we've had from manual registration all the way to digital registration, which is currently the Ardisasa platform.
Yeah.
So, do you believe real estate has become redundant? Genuinely?
Okay, not at all. Because yes, we previously we used to do the manual registration at the lands registry. That's basically submitting your documents for them to be registered manually. Right now, we have a bit of a hybrid where there are those manual registrations that we are doing, and now we have the online platform, the Ardisasa. Real estate practitioners are not redundant because you still need to guide the client through. In fact, most of the times we have to host clients, like clients come to the office who has to register them on the system. And then even when they need to sign,
which we are happy to do.
Yes, you're very happy to do. We are happy to guide our clients through every step of their transactions. Then once we register them, ensure even their own signatures are correct. The passport photos they upload, because sometimes documents get rejected because the background.
Of the background, yes.
Yes, the background of the passport photo is another color apart from white. Yeah, basically just taking them through. And the transactions that you cannot register or you cannot proceed on your individual account. They can only be done on an advocate's account. So we are very much involved in the process. And despite the online system, there's still the one-on-one. There's still the client engagement. There's still the need to understand the client.
Yes.
So that the registration process is only a small fraction of what goes on in the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could just share that period where we were sort of transitioning, especially dealing with clients who at the time they were not comprehending what was actually happening at Lands, Ministry of Lands. Maybe just give us a bit of that.
Okay. So yeah, that was a difficult time.
Yeah.
Mostly to the clients and also to the advocates, because then a client expects that their transaction will be completed at a certain period of time.
Yes.
But then there are various rapid changes happening at the lands registry day in, day out. Today you can register, tomorrow you cannot. So that's where good communication skills come in, and keeping the client engaged through the process, so that then you're able to update them that this is the challenge and this is how we are going to navigate through this challenge.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I remember timelines when clients would request it would almost always be, I don't know. And there was also that period where files were being moved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a difficult time, but we're able to hold the client's hand and just manage them through the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do those services at the farm? The services of replacements of titles?
Yes. We'll do all things conveyancing, all things replacement of anything you need to do with your land. We do all that.
Okay. So listeners, please, if you have any properties, just ensure that you are actually up to date in terms of compliance.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's better to prepare in advance when you don't need to do it, so that when you have a transaction, you're not caught up in there with time. Just do it now when you don't have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in terms of now the technology bit here, where, as you mentioned, some clients, it would be difficult, especially the guys in the rural areas. How do we give them, the support?
Okay. So luckily this transition is phased, so that now they've started with Nairobi first, and then they've gone to Mombasa, and I think Kiambu is next. So from the rural, for the poor in the rural areas, they're not yet affected with this. So for those, we are still doing manual registrations, and hopefully by the time it gets there, then we'll have more people who can be able to work through these systems. But if they cannot, we will find ways. Even if it means going to the client, we will do that.
Oh, there's always a way.
Yes, there's always a way.
So sometimes you have everything in order. Your legal documentation is in order, but the transaction still stalls. Yeah. How do you navigate or unlock that?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, like you say, everything can be in place, but then a transaction stalls. I think that's where commercial and emotional aspects of transactions come in, so that you need to understand your client and you need to understand what's most important to them. So you're balancing the business risks versus the legal risks. And then once you understand that, then you also need to understand on the other side, where is there a delay? Is it because there's some form of sibling rivalry, or what's happening on that side, and even with the advocate on that side? So once you know that, you can be able to manage those relationships, so that then you know where to compromise without losing what your clients want. And then that's how you navigate through, and you're able to have both parties get a win-win. Yeah.
Personalities. I may just digress a bit, but still part of what we're discussing. Personalities. I know that you're the one actually who introduced me to sort of have that interest in finding out, the different sorts of personality and where actually fit in to sort of manage the relationships at work, at home, with your friends. Give us a bit of Sharon's knowledge on personalities.
Yeah, that's an area I'm very interested in, and we've had various discussions on that. So I believe it even starts with yourself, so that once you understand who you are, you have self-awareness. Then you know that in this situation, I'm likely to do something this way, but will it serve what I want to do? Then you adjust accordingly. And then as regards clients and transactions, once you understand the type of client you have, because there are those who do not want even a single page off, that will just arc them. Then you're able to prepare for them, anticipate their needs, and then it also helps you to better manage all these relationships, because then you'd know that this person, this is how they like their things done, this is how they like their things done, and you have basically content clients around you. You have good relationships with your colleagues. Yeah. And it goes a long way in your day-to-day and in achieving what you want for your clients.
So it's important for people to be self-aware.
It's very important. I think it unlocks a lot of things once you know who you are, and once you know the other person. I feel like it's one of the most important things. Even the legal aspect aside, that's something very key. Yeah.
Okay. So we've talked about family. You did mention your siblings. How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 siblings.
You have-
We are 4, 3 siblings.
And you fall?
I'm the last born.
You're the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, in this podcast, we're just having last ones.
Yeah, it's a day. But you were an acting last born for some time as well.
I don't know. Do I look like a last one?
You acted at your home for some time. Yeah.
Because I feel like, the age gap with me and the youngest is 8 years. So
Yes.
it makes sense maybe.
Yeah. Not a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we've discussed about, your personal story to now your family, career. Could we talk a bit about motherhood? I know you're a mom to 3 amazing boys.
Yes.
And I recall we were having a meeting where we were strategizing about this complex transaction, and the deadline happened to be around the same time as, your son's closing day.
Yeah.
How did you juggle all that? Because ultimately, the client was very pleased with the outcome.
Yeah. So I enjoy all aspects of my life, in terms of my professional career, in terms of motherhood, in terms of being a wife, in terms of being a daughter. I enjoy all these aspects. So all this, the relationship and how I deal with all these people is important to me.
Okay.
So I knew that the client needed us to meet this deadline. The project was very important to them. I knew that there's not going to be another closing day in that term for my son. So what I'm able to do is that you work with the end in mind, so that I know if this deadline is going to fall on this date, and I know my son's closing day is on this particular date, then earlier, you need to, I balance my time in terms of, do I need to work longer so that then I can have more free time in the future? And also, when you have a good team, you've trained a good team that can support you, and you have collegiality, then you know that when you need to step back a little bit, they can come in and give you that support. So that's what happened in that transaction, where because we had already put in the effort, by the time I'm stepping out, they can be able to pick it up. And at long last, everybody is okay. We're not having, the client is happy. My colleagues are okay. And I've been able to attend my son's closing day.
Okay. So you've mentioned support that you receive both at work and at home. Specifically at home, if you're okay disclosing, that is, the support you receive from your partner.
Yes. Yeah. So my partner is very supportive, very loving husband. He's extremely supportive in terms of giving the children the support we need, giving me the support I need in terms of even pushing me in terms of what I want to achieve for my career. And that just gives you the backbone, because you see, if you've had an argument at home, eventually you will, but then it kind of distorts your day. Yeah. So if you have that good backing at home, then they just give you wings to fly. So I'm very grateful for the support I get from my partner, and also even from our domestic workers, because without them, I don't know how we'd manage, we career women. So I'm really grateful to them.
Thank you guys for tuning in this week's episode. The podcast is streaming on various platforms. I've been your host, Batula Abdi. Salam.